Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our week as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my co-host,
blank camera.
Typically Stuart, but
'Cause,
Elgato, it shows.
Like literally as soon as it switched to the scene, my camera just said, no longer recognize USB device. So I can't even restart the software. Cool.
Well, it wouldn't be us if we didn't have technical difficulty. That's something that's consistent, Stuart. Our recording times may not be consistent, but technical difficulties
never fail us. I'm going to have to try to replug this. See if I can get
or always fail us, I guess.
Oh, now I've done it. What the hell? There we go. Okay. Camera's working now. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Anyway, I'm known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Ready, we're back after a little hiatus.
You know, it's a monthly show, you know?
Pretty much. But Stuart, what have you been up to?
Well, today, when the day we're recording, it's a special day for people like us.
What's a double special day?
It's Star Wars Day.
Yes. May the 4th be with you, Stuart.
Yes. Oh God, I can't stop it. There we go. It's Star Wars Day, yeah, yay. Which means Star Wars Fortnite. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff in the Fortnite shop. Darth Vader's back on the map. Chewie is now able to be bought. So now the entire cast can be played, because now also C3PO is now a back bling. When he was all in pieces from Empire Strikes Back. So now as well as Lando Calrissian is also in the shop too. So now pretty much anybody important from the original trilogy is now available.
I'm so happy, Stuart. This reminds me of something that I was with a friend. I was hanging out with a friend today. Sorry to derail you, but I was hanging out with a friend today, and I was talking about something. And I'll send you the link to it. And I was like, "Oh, I'll look it up and show it to you." And I totally forgot. And then when we were in the car, I was like, "What was I supposed to look up for?" And I couldn't remember it. But this reminds me of it. And it's the R2D2 popcorn bucket that's being released because they're showing the Phantom Menace again, because it's the 25th anniversary. And it's actually cool popcorn bucket. Like, if you look at it, like, it's pretty cool looking.
It's not bad.
And compared to a lot of these others.
I mean, you're holding R2D2 on his side instead of like his head maybe be removable and get it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess, yeah.
But that is better than, say, a Barbie car.
Yeah, or yeah. Exactly. Or whatever that Doom one was. Oh. That. Have you seen the rumors for the Deadpool and Wolverine ones?
I think I showed it to you.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I don't know if they. I don't know if they made those. If it's been announced as official or not yet.
Well, I mean,
But
I did see something where, like, it was saying, Deadpool is making a popcorn bucket.
oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
that is true. Whether the one we're seeing is the one,
I did
don't
see.
know.
Yeah, I did see an image not too long ago that was similar to the one that I guess you showed, but it wasn't as outrageous looking. But yeah, popcorn buckets. I just like. Why does every movie theater need one? You know. But I'll take this R2D2 one for sure. Like. It's a cool. Just a cool collectible to have. Who hasn't? Which Star Wars fan hasn't wanted some kind of R2D2 like collectible?
I
Like,
mean, there's a whole group dedicated to make R2D2s real, like to make
yeah,
a realistic R2D2.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's besides lightsabers. Like, I think R2D2's got to be the most iconic thing in Star Wars. I feel like, right?
Yeah,
Like I've always wanted a full size, and I've told you before, I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan. I'm a casual fan. I'll admit that, you
sure.
know. But like I've always wanted like one of those life size R2D2 replicas, just because like it's so cool looking. But yes, Fortnite. Sorry
Yes.
about the.
The also the last Airbender event ended. And that was actually pretty good. Like a lot, like you could pick up like bending scrolls around on the map. And you can fire bend, earth bend, water bend, air bend, and it was actually pretty darn fun. Water bending is still on the map because that's actually been there this whole season. And people people love and hate the water bending because it's really good. So you love it whenever you have it, but you hate it whenever somebody else has it. It's one of those, because like it can, like, from full shields, like from full health and full shields, you can pretty much three shots a person, like from across the map, because it is deadly accurate. And you can also heal with it too. So it's a little OP, but I liked it. And the earthwork bending was pretty good too. You could like throw up a like you're in because I play zero builds. You can just throw up a wall, to kind of block fire, enemy fire, and then like chuck boulders at them. So that was fun. Fire bending, you were just throwing fire at people, and it got really annoying at times because firebending was also, you kind of also dash about whenever you use it. So whenever you get up close, you can pretty much just run circles around somebody, and it was really annoying. It was one of those things. It was really annoying when it happened to you, but you love doing it to somebody else. And airbending was passive all the way, like, which is very, very accurate. It was movement ability only. You can either shoot up in the air or like create an air wheel and like basically roll around the map. And it's probably the fastest thing I've ever used in Fortnite. It was fucking fast. But it was also it was a really fun event. I liked it. But like I said, there's now a couple Star Wars things on the map now. Only one lightsaber on the map, and that's if you kill Darth Vader.
So similar to like when they had Thanos and the gauntlet.
Kind of, but I mean, unlike the Thanos thing, it's not completely overpowered. People were wondering whether Force abilities would make a return, but they didn't, and I don't think they should have with the mythics that are on the map now. Like they were during the Avatar event, they were gone, and now it's over. They're back, but if you also add Force abilities, I think that's a bit much. Because the mythics, right? Well, the whole theme of the season is Greek gods. So you got the wings of Icarus, which you literally fly on the map.
Oh wow!
Okay. Yep. You got wings and you fly around the map. You got the chains of Hades, which you can pull items to you from a good distance, pull people to you, like pull them off cliffs, and then you also just swing them around, and it does damn good damage. There's also Zeus's lightning bolt, which you kind of fly up in the air and then throw like 3 lightning bolts down, and three hits will kill somebody, but you are vulnerable as hell when you go up in the air. So that's the trade-off. Let's see what else is that? Is that the only? I think those are the only ones. I'm forgetting something if I. But no. See this. I think at the end of the month, the season ends. So it's kind of the things are getting ramped up for the next season. But what about you? What have you been up to?
You said it's a special day for us, and I said, yeah, double special day, because it's also Free Comic Book Day.
Oh right, it is. I totally forgot about that.
It's the magical time where the two become one.
I haven't even looked to see like what free comics are available.
They've got preludes, or they have like issue zeros, or like preludes to like events that are about to happen, for each side. Like Absolute Power for DC.
Okay.
There was a magazine, but with
that's a good one.
And then I think
for audio people, that was Superman ripping his costume open like he would his regular suit to reveal the Superman underneath it, but instead it was just ripping his Superman suit for his chest.
Yeah, pretty funny. And then Blood Hunt. I think that's the Marvel event that's happening.
Okay.
This is this just an issue 1? This might just be issue 1. Yeah. Okay. I got some random other stuff too. I spent some time because like I never restarted my collection after I lost my collection, because when my brother passed away like 10 years ago, my collection was at his house, and his girlfriend decided not to give us any of his stuff, or I guess that included
your
stuff I left. Yeah. So that sucks, because I mean, I didn't have, like, I was telling my friend this today. It's not like I had like the first appearance of this or something crazy,
Sure.
but like it was my collection,
Yeah.
I had like an entire run of the Midnight Suns, for example. And I had Avengers, the whole run of Avengers versus X-Men, and stuff, just stuff like that, So I decided, oh, I'm gonna go down and see see what they got, maybe because I checked Facebook, I checked the comic book shop's Facebook page, and they really didn't say anything like that they were they weren't advertising the sales they were having, and I even like I man, the first time I logged into Facebook in a while, and I'm like, okay, how do I do anything on here?
Oh no, yeah.
Like,
I know what
like
you mean.
to find the search, like this is mobile. Like maybe it's easier on the website, but like on mobile, like to find the search button is you got to go through a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I found search button and found my comic shop, and they were like, "Oh, free comic book day tomorrow." This was yesterday. That they made a post and all that, and I put in the comments like, "Are there going to be any sales on comics?" Or because like in the past they didn't have like anything great,
Mm-hmm.
like as far as sales goes. The sales were so. They had like 50% off back issues. I think either 20 or 30% off trade paperbacks. So it was good, I guess. But like, I spent some time looking in the 50-cent bins. Boy, Stuart, there was a lot of 90s comics in there. Oh
Really?
my God. Oh man. Which makes sense because 90s is like that was the height of the comic book era, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's when like Image came on board and was outselling Marvel and DC,
Yeah.
with like Spawn and all that stuff. So there was a lot of that stuff, and a lot, where like Marvel and DC were trying to capture that same like extreme 90s, comic attitude stuff. And so I had to pick through a bunch and was like, oh, okay. But I managed to I was trying to find the Secret Wars. Like I want that, they didn't have a trade of that. And this is Secret Wars as in the battle world Secret Wars, not the 1982, 84. I can't
Okay.
remember which one, but yeah. So I was trying to find like in their regular trades, they didn't have any. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I looked in the sale bins and didn't find any. Then I looked through all their singles, and the only thing I ended up finding, funny enough, was the issue 0 free comic book day version.
Cool.
I joked with a friend. I was like, hey, it's free comic book day. Does that mean it's free? Like,
it should be. Was it?
Oh, what
Now your camera froze. Yay, cameras.
Oh, am I back?
You're back.
Oh, I think my internet like died for a second. Okay, that's weird.
Really? Because you never left the call.
Oh, I didn't. Everything for me like froze and like showed the connection was gone and all that. So that's weird. Did you hear me or?
I think I could hear you. I don't know. You weren't really saying anything, but I think I could still hear you.
Oh, I was like, oh, are you there? Oh, I guess I
Oh,
was just,
nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Then I guess I didn't
So,
hear
yeah.
you.
Gotcha. But yeah, I was joking with a friend like, oh, free comic book day. You think this would be free? And I was like, I've done that. Anyway, yeah, I was like, either way, like, I'm fine paying 50 cents for it because I want to have I want to eventually get all the issues to have it collected,
I mean, it should have been free. Was it free?
It wasn't, no.
That's dumb. If we're gonna have,
Yeah,
it's a free comic book day comic. It's just not the comic from this year.
I get, yeah, I understand. I get that. But I didn't find that many in those 50 cent like sale bins that I was interested in, but I did get some. Funny enough, Captain America's. I got super size 350th and and 350th edition. Woo. Cover price 175 for 50 cents. Gotta love it. And then I found the first 5 issues of Captain America Sentinel of Liberty
Okay.
by Mark Waid, iconic writer Mark Waid.
Then
So,
I know the name.
yeah, he's done lots of stuff. Like one of his most famous ones, I think he did Kingdom Come,
Okay.
which is like one of the most iconic Justice League stories, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they ended up having the first 5 issues, so I was like, okay, cool. There was a lot that I was close to picking up, but they were like missing the first issue or the first 2 and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, no, I'll pass on that. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. They have the Sensational Spider-Man. Okay, which one is that? Let me look. Hopefully it's not a clone. I Google it. Featuring Ben Reilly. Dang it.
Yep, that's a clone.
I don't want clone Spider-Man. I want real Spider-Man. I thought Ben Reilly was the Scarlet Spider. Why is he also the Sensational Spider-Man? Like, but yeah, I got the first 5 issues of the Captain America Sentinel of Liberty. God, and just look at that cover. That just screams 90s, doesn't it? Like,
Really does.
it really does. Funny enough, issue 2 they had 2 different covers, so I was like, ooh, I can choose which one I want because variant covers. So, got that plus almost fell. Plus we got there a little late, so like there was probably more free comic books. Like I did get I only got like 4 or 5, but there's probably more free ones, but was a little late. They had a lot of kid ones too. Like they had like a DC one that was Barkham Asylum. That was like
Okay.
dogs and a bunch of other like kitty ones, So I passed on those. But because I didn't want to be that guy who was just like, oh, free, let me grab it just because it's free.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'll let the kids I'll let the kids have those that'll actually be interested in it. So, but I've been reading comics lately, Stuart. So I last since we last talked, 2 more issues of the new Ultimate Spider-Man came out.
Okay.
So there's 4 issues total. It's really good, Stuart. Like
I
this last issue 4, the entire issue is basically a conversation. and it's so good because I don't know if there's a reveal, but I'm not sure if it's too much of a spoiler because it's a Spider-Man character, of course. But it's basically a conversation between Peter and Mary Jane, who are married in this. And for those who don't know, this is a new Marvel universe, the Ultimate Universe, that was either I can't remember if it was either created or it was it was either created or existed and tampered by the Maker, who is an evil variant of Reed Richards. Or no, he's the old Ultimate Reed Richards who turned evil.
Okay.
Because I also read the I think it's a 4-part what's it called? The Ultimate Invasion, I think it's called. Which is like the setup for this new universe. And the Maker like escapes the 616 universe and ends up, like the Illuminati is trying to chase him, and he ends up going through the portal. But like before he totally leaves, he stops by Miles and says, "Hey, you're from this universe. You're from my universe. So I know if it was me, I'd want someone to offer this, but you want to come with?" And Miles is like, "No."
No.
I'm good here. Like,
No.
yeah, Ultimate Invasion is what it's called. But the Slays issue is conversation between them, and there's a reveal that the Green Goblin is Harry Osborn, and he's a good guy.
Okay.
Like legit good guy, like, because that's how he meets Peter. Is he's they're fighting the same bad guy. God, who was it? I can't remember who it was. It wasn't the Vulture. It was I can't remember, but that really wasn't the important part of it. But they end up having dinner, and he brings his wife, Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
It's so much familiar Spider-Man stuff, but it's like they shoved everything as Spider-Man related in a bag and just shook it and just mixed jumbled Spider-Man and everything we know about Spider-Man, because Aunt May is gone, Uncle Ben's still alive. Uncle Ben is friends with J. Jonah Jameson. Like I said, Harry Osborn, the Green Goblin, and he's a good guy. Like, the Maker did some crazy stuff, like,
Yeah.
to this universe, and also, and it's also Spider-Man is in his 30s when he because the Maker literally like squashed the spider that was about to bite Peter Parker when he was like 15 or something. And I it hasn't really it was shown a little. It was like some version of Tony Stark. I don't know if it was like our version of Tony, or it's 616 Tony Stark, because like the Illuminati's trying to stop the Maker, but it's some version of Tony Stark is gave Ultimate Spider-Man, 35-year-old Spider-Man, his like his powers and even a suit. So that whole part was kind of vague, and I'm sure as the universe grows, like, they'll go more into all that stuff. But like, and that's what, like, and the fact that it's a jumping on point, the fact that it's like, oh, what if we became Spider-Man now. Like that's kind of what it is, because we're in our mid-30s,
Yeah.
and that's what's happening with him. I mean, the only difference is we don't have a wife and kids. So, but
Yeah.
damn it, it's good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Good.
The Ultimate Invasion series, I ended up reading that too, because it's like the first volume of that's like 4 or 5 parts. Boy, the maker, there's a lot of different stuff the maker has done to that world, because like Iron Man is Howard Stark, not Tony Stark.
Okay.
The Hulk is he's Gray Hulk, but he's like this like Buddha peace, Shaolin monk type like character who's like calm and like, let me see if I can find a picture of this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, if you scroll down, you can see. Yeah, the Hulk is like, well, I guess he's not. It's not. There's some images where he's kind of gray, but it's green. He's green. I guess that's kind of green. I don't know. I might be colorblind.
It is. It's like a green gray.
Yeah, but yeah, Stuart's showing it now for those. Yeah, yeah, he's surrounded by like other like monk types because he's like found peace and all this and that, which is like, what?
He's got like a stone in his head.
Yeah, and it's like the that's the Hulk, and then because they're at some like I guess like what's the word, so I get there's a fancy word for it, but it's a gathering of like all the leaders, um all the major leaders of like the world and stuff like that, um that I guess the maker is holding, and it's the Hulk, and then there's like the Rasputins, with the which is uh what's his name, the the X-Men who turns into metal man, he's part of that group,
Colossus.
Colossus, there we go. God, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Colossus, yeah, Colossus is part of that, and I think his sister and someone else, and then there's
Magic.
yeah, Magic, and with a K, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then there's like a bunch of other, like, I don't know if Namor's there or not. I can't remember if Namor's there, but there's a bunch of others like in that group, or like that represent like the leaders of the world, and they all have like it's there's a whole like secret society, because like Howard Stark is like, hey, this person is causing this terrorist conflict and all this and that, and they're like, and they're all basically like, hey, this is all kind of just a show, because like in order to maintain peace, we have to let the world think that there's trouble, and this person is just the the bad guy of this time period, and it's their turn to be the bad guy of this time period, and all that, and it's just like, what is going on? Like, okay, kind of kind of like an evil Illuminati type thing, like, but it's pretty interesting. They have Ultimate Black Panther in this universe. I haven't read that yet. They have an X-Men an X-Men one that just came out, and I think there might be another one. I can't that I'm not thinking of, but I've only read the Spider-Man and the Ultimate Invasion so far. This first volume. I think there's a second volume of Ultimate Invasion, but I haven't read that yet. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It, it's good because like I said, it's jumping on point for like lapsed comic book reader like myself who
Mm-hmm.
like I stay up to date on like what's going on with comics through like YouTube and stuff like that, but like there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like Peter Parker was a goblin recently. Like what?
Sure. I mean,
Mary Jane got
he was a.
lost in some. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he was a lizard at a couple years back.
Yeah, Mary Jane got went through some portal and time went by and she came back with a husband and 2 kids who were like not babies. They're like actual kids.
Was she
Like
replaced by
what?
Hydro Man?
I don't know. That's funny. But like what? And I don't even know if she had powers, like luck-based powers, or no. She had like she had like a slot machine power or something at one point. I don't know if she
Okay.
still does or not, but like
Sure.
I think the whole thing with that was like there was the risk that she could die because it would land like 3 skulls or 3 something negatives, and it's just like what? Like co- comics are weird sometimes, but
Yes, they
this is
are.
a nice this is a nice jumping on point, and it's like it's not going over the same old origin stuff that we already know about the characters.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Uncle Ben's alive, Aunt May is not.
Yeah.
Peter's married with kids. Despite Marvel editorials for the last 20 years, Peter's married to Mary Jane again.
Yeah.
It just took another universe for it to happen.
Ugh.
But it's pretty good. I recommend anyone who's interested check it out because I'm enjoying it quite a bit, and I'm going to try to stay caught up with at least these 2. I don't know if Ultimate Invasion is just like it if there's a set amount that's going to come out or not, but like I think the Ultimate Spider-Man is definitely an ongoing, so I'm going to be sticking with that. I may give Black Panther a try and the X-Men. I'm curious what other ones they're going to do cuz I'm sure they're going to try a bunch of different ones to see what's popular and what's not, So, yeah, free comic book day. I've been reading comics. And what's something else you got?
Something else I got. I've been watching a bunch of anime recently.
That seems fitting. There's a lot of anime coming out this season.
Yeah. Let's start with the one that has a fucking countdown every week on the front page of Crunchyroll. Kaiju number 8.
I mean, they're hyping it up for sure.
Like it's being simulcast. Like it's
yeah.
Like
apparently it's one of the most popular mangas in the last, I don't know, good while.
It is a popular manga. I have read a lot of this, some of this manga. A lot. I've read past the point where I'm pretty sure they're going to end the first season. And I've watched the episodes that have come out so far, which is up to load. 5, I want to say. 4.
Are they on that? Wow.
We're on episode 4.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Which came out today. And it's good. It is good. It's also got it the opening and the closing songs are done by Western artists.
Oh,
The opening
interesting.
is done by Youngblood, which is I only know his name.
Okay.
I don't I looked him up. I've never actually heard any of his music.
So it's actual Western artists, not like, like the
and
Japanese, like Western
no,
styles, like some
it's
of
actually
these.
Western
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Youngblood does the opening, and One Republic does the closer.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
So I was like, what? Yeah.
Huh. That I could have had a million guesses and probably wouldn't have guessed One
You're right.
Republic.
Yeah. One Republic does the closer, which is strange.
I like One Republic. They're all right. Like,
and I don't think it's a new song that was made just for this.
really, you think it's one of their regular songs?
I think I'm not. I've heard some of One Republic, so I can't tell you. The song
I've heard like their hits.
The song was called Nobody.
Nobody.
And I've not looked up like when this came out or anything like that. I just know the name of the song.
Oh, One Republic, Nobody from Kaiju number 8.
Okay, maybe they did make it for this then. But it was one of those things like I recognize this ender, this ending band, and then I saw in the credits One Republic. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I just Googled One Republic songs, and under the Google thing, there's a list of them, and or Nobody from Kaiju number 8. Yeah, 2000, I guess 24. But I'm scrolling down, I don't see Nobody separate. So yeah, maybe it is. That's weird. That's strange.
But yeah, like anyway, Kaiju number 8 is about it takes place in a world with kaiju that attack. Like Japan. Hey, so kaiju attacking Japan. What a concept.
So original.
And there is a defense force that fights them, and then there's of course the cleanup crew, who's now got to deal with and dispose of these bodies that are now strewn about everywhere. And the main character, Kafka, which every time somebody says his name, I keep seeing the clown bad guy from Final Fantasy VI, because his name was Kafka.
That's funny.
So every time I hear it, I'm like, okay. And he's tried out for the defense force many times and failed. And he pretty much kind of gave up. And he's on the cleanup crew, so he actually knows a lot about the biology of kaiju. And he finds out that the age requirement for joining has actually gone up, because they're getting less and less young people volunteering. So he's like, okay, I got one more shot. I'm going to do this. And right before that, while he's cleaning up kaiju mess, he's attacked. And what comes out of it is a much, much smaller kaiju that actually goes into his mouth. And he actually transforms himself. He actually transforms into a human-sized kaiju.
Huh. So is kaiju the type of monster, or I thought kaiju was based on the size?
It is size like giant monster. That's basically what kaiju. But but like it's a human-sized. I mean, it's a human-sized monster, but they still call it a kaiju.
Okay, gotcha. I guess that's a philosophical question you could ask.
Yeah.
Is it still a kaiju if it's if it's normal size? Like,
I mean, in a world where you're fighting against giant monsters, a smaller monster, you probably still call it a kaiju.
yeah, like if you shrank Godzilla to human size, would he still be considered a kaiju? Like, that's philosophy
if he
right
still
there,
has
folks.
that strength, maybe. Because he's insanely strong.
Oh God, can you imagine? Like if, yeah, Godzilla would be like Ant-Man. Like
when he first transforms, he's in the hospital, and he's kind of freaking out and goes, "I'm gonna jump." He's like, I'm gonna jump out the window." He goes to open the window and just rips the side of the building off. Like, I didn't mean to do that. Crap.
wow. Okay, that's crazy.
So yeah, he does try out for the Defense Force, and he doesn't use any of his kaiju abilities, and he's not doing well. But I think, he ends up kind of spoilers. He does end up passing, mainly because of he is so not knowledgeable about kaiju biology, because he knows it. He knows kaiju more intimately than anybody else.
Okay.
Because he cleans them up. He's been inside, a lot of kaiju, and there's different types that appear. So like,
So
they don't always
Go
look
ahead.
different. And his human sized one is the eighth one to appear. Is the eighth different one to appear. That's why it's kaiju number 8.
Interesting. So it's like, what if a member of Damage Control tried out for the Avengers?
Kind of. Yeah.
Just a Western like spin on it.
But was also like the Blue Beetle.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. Yeah.
And what really got the attention, like reading the manga, was like, hey, the main character's in his 30s. I'm like, oh my god, not a middle schooler or a high schooler, but actually somebody.
I feel like you've talked about the manga before.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Like way before the anime.
Yes.
Yeah. It's definitely, you describing it definitely sounds familiar.
Yeah, like, I read this a while ago.
Yeah. It seems cool. Yeah. It's definitely on my list to watch, when it all finishes up.
It is definitely
Do we
worth.
know how many episodes?
12.
Okay, 12, because you never know nowadays. Nowadays, could be 12, could be 24, could be.
Honestly, with like the amount of like advertising I'm seeing for kaiju number 8, I'm surprised it's only 12.
I would think maybe because the production value is probably so high. That's why they have to keep it, right?
I don't know about that.
Is it not is the quality not here?
Did I say that? I took a screenshot because I meant to save it.
Oh wow. I'm shocked. I would have figured they would have like thrown all the bells and whistles into the, like.
Yes, I totally saved it. This is a screenshot I took. Like,
oh, does it have a weird 3D like moment? Like
not like 30 seconds in, I saw this guy.
Oh wow, that he looks even more plain than Saitama,
Yeah.
and that's saying
Like,
something.
and he's in the background, and he like it's during like the opening of the show, and he's like wading people into the shelter. He just caught
Gotcha.
my eye. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, there's like no detail there.
There is no detail on him whatsoever. So yeah, yeah. When I said not quite, quality.
I mean, it's impressive they were able to make a more bland looking character than Saitama. Like it really is, Stuart. That's
And
impressive.
it is also a comedy too. So like you got like the
Okay.
weird, giant eyes that bug out kind of it is a comedy too.
Gotcha.
So it's not like all serious. It's not like solo leveling kind of at least. It's all serious all the time. It's not.
Okay, cool. Sometimes it's good to have like that bit of comedy to break the tension
Yeah.
in certain animes, because some animes it's just like, oh man, this is way too serious. Like, when you get done with it, it just leaves you in a state that you're just like, oh boy, I need like
Yeah, it's not
I need a palate cleanser because
it's not quite,
this is rough.
Attack on Titan, but like it's also not gory either. It is also pretty gory. Like you do see kaiju explode, and entrails and stuff go everywhere.
Yeah. I think that works best like when you do have some splashes of comedy, because like uh I don't know how much I could watch if Goblin Slayer didn't have comedy from time to time to break up the intense scenes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I got Kaiju number 8 on my list to watch when it comes out.
But yeah, it is good.
Okay. I've got an anime. One that I mentioned something about, and I teased you before.
Yeah.
Um, Solo Leveling.
Oh yay!
I actually watched it.
What'd you think?
You didn't. Yeah, I'm ashamed of you, Stuart. You didn't when you were reviewing this. You didn't mention the music.
I did not mention the music was fucking awesome.
The music is amazing in this. Like,
it really is, especially during episode 6. That like I have heard that song during like him killing those 6 other people. I've heard that song outside of that. Like it is, I get outside the show. Like,
yeah.
what? It's a good song. It's a really good song.
Oh, yeah. Like it just like that. Just that just kept popping through my head as I was watching this. I basically it was just like he just never brought up the music.
I never did.
Like, it's so good. Like most of the time, animes it's like so, or
Yeah,
sometimes they'll have like a closing, but like throughout the whole show, like the music was just
you're
on
breaking up a lot.
point. Oh, am I still breaking up?
Not all right at the moment.
Okay, but yeah, throughout the whole show, the music was just on point.
Yeah,
Like it just helped, capture the scenes and what was going on, and it is a really good anime. I see why people hyped it up.
yeah. When it was airing, like right after, like I said, mentioned episode 6. I saw reactions to that scene all over. Like it was so many of my TikToks where that scene, like that scene visually is amazing, and everybody brought up the song. Like I saw it for 2 weeks after it aired in Japanese, and then I saw it again once it aired in dub. You know, I was seeing a bunch, and I will say this: the voice actor deserves a fucking raise.
Oh, for sure. Like he was great. Yeah. And I don't know if we mentioned it on show or after show, but like the threats about the end,
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
it was.
Like, what did they? What? Because I didn't know the context. Because you kept that from me, luckily or basically, or I mean, you said a little bit, but like
Yeah,
I didn't know the
I told you
context of it. But now
what the word was, but like
yeah.
out of context, it means nothing.
But like, how else? What like? What more could you do with that? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what people were expecting.
I feel like
did
the Japanese
you want him to yell it at the lungs? Like,
wanted it to sound badass. That's what they wanted. And
I mean,
I feel like the Japanese dub, I don't think quite did it. And I'm not the only one. So
yeah.
like they wanted it to sound badass, and there's no way the way he was voicing the main character, there's no way he wouldn't have sounded badass.
Oh yeah, but it's also like all these people watching, just watching the subs, like that don't understand Japanese. I mean, how can you tell if it sounds badass? Like,
Well, I mean, you can tell Goku in Japanese does not sound badass.
well, of course, yeah, because it's an old lady voicing him, but like, you know, how can you tell like because I mean like the dialect and all that, the way they speak and stuff, like we're not used to that, you know. But it's just ridiculous that they were making threats and stuff. Like,
It's dumb. It really is.
I mean, as it was approaching, I was thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna say it like, and he did. He said it the way I thought he was gonna say it, and it was cool. And I don't know why people thought they got upset about it, but like, it was a cool twist. Like
Oh no,
the reveal, like it was really amazing.
It gets better.
Oh, in the manga.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Cause yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, really enjoyed it quite a bit. Um, yeah, not a lot. Like I said, not a lot of other animes have like that are really good. That's like during the anime that actually helps like amplify the anime
Yeah.
like that.
So
Like you'll occasionally maybe get a song during like the climactic fight scene of the entire season, but like this one had it throughout the whole show.
And now that you mention it, Kaiju number 8 kind of has it too.
That's cool. Yeah.
Like it's not come to like a badass moment like it has in Soul Leveling. Although it kind of did last episode. I'll give it that. But yeah. Soul Leveling, really good.
Yeah. Really. I'm really glad I waited so I could marathon it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I said like, yeah, you want to wait for this one.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. And yeah, when you were like episode 6, because you had mentioned there was something in episode 6, and I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay, cool. Like, yeah, that's pretty badass. Like,
yeah.
So when that was happening, I was like, oh yeah, he mentioned. Cool. I agree. What else you got?
What else do I got? Um, well, you brought up Goblin Slayer, and there's an anime airing right now that had a bit that reminded me a bit of Goblin Slayer,
Oh boy.
and it
I
is what
can
you're
only
thinking.
Oh boy.
Um, it's airing right now. It's called Remonster.
Oh yeah. I've seen this. I haven't watched it, but I saw this. Yeah. This is on my list. This seems interesting.
It's good. I like it. I'm really liking it. Um, it started. It starts like a lot of isekai, where dudes in the midst of dying. You know, first 2 minutes of the first episode is him dying. But I really, really fucking hope they go back to go how he got in that position, because I got questions.
Oh really?
Because it starts like, it's him being stabbed. That's not new. For
Not at
isekais,
all.
of the guy being stabbed, but he was getting stabbed repeatedly.
Oh, okay.
It could open up and you heard the slink, 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 slink of the stab of the dagger going into him repeatedly.
So more of a like like planned murder, not a crime of passion, most likely.
Well, it kind of showed a woman sitting on top of him with the dagger, seemingly getting off on what she was doing. I'm like,
Oh.
the fuck
What?
what's happening there? What happened there? And that's it. Like, go back. I want to know a
Wow.
little bit before it happened.
Interesting. Maybe the manga tells more.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But he is then isekai'd into a fantasy world, which I'm pretty sure he left a fantasy world too.
Really interesting. Okay.
Well,
So it's not our world?
no, I thought it was, and then like he comes back as a goblin, and there are levels and abilities and all that stuff, but he revived with an ability he had in his previous world. That's why I'm like, hold on, go back. What was with your previous life? What was that world like? Because you weren't some random dude with a non-interesting life, like a niche or a guy who overworked himself to death. No. You had an interesting life beforehand. Like, your regular life could have been an anime.
Or a guy who just took a step out of a convenience store parking lot?
Yes.
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorites, Stuart. Oh, I love that one so much. Because it's just like, what?
Yeah. But and the ability he resurrected with was, I forget what it's called, but basically whenever he eats something, he gains an ability from whatever he eats.
Interesting. Okay. So that came from his previous life. Because in the
Yes.
description, it says thanks to his new ability.
No. He said he had that before, and it shows him standing on top of a pile of bodies eating another dude's hand. So I'm like,
Oh. Okay.
what? Again, go back to your other life. I want to know. I got questions.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely is one it's on my list because it seems interesting.
And it seems like when you reach level 100, you evolve. Like, a goblin becomes a hub, hobgoblin,
Okay.
and then um you can level up again. And he actually like sped run leveling up. Like he, and also like goblin lives are very short. So like he went from baby to I say adolescent child in 2 days.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. Oh, and
So
this is simulcast too.
it is simulcast, which I was really shocked on
Nice.
that.
So I don't have to wait 2 extra weeks for.
No,
It's
and
great.
he reached Hobgoblin in like less than a month, and like that's kind of unheard of. And like he also brought a lot of knowledge about fighting from his previous life, so he was able to train the other goblins how to actually fight and work together. Because
Oh, cool.
that's another thing. Like day 2, you know, the old caretaker's like, this is the last time I actually feed you. From here on out, you eat what you catch yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I love when they take like previous knowledge
Yeah,
from the other worlds and apply it to.
but
That's awesome.
it doesn't seem like that's what he's, but he just kind of does it. Like when he stands up, he kind of does some martial arts moves. I'm like, okay, yeah, you were a fighter beforehand, and you're now training other people. So apparently, you did have this knowledge ahead of time.
How are the goblins portrayed in this world? Like,
He's okay. Yeah, that was another thing. I said it reminded me a bit of Goblin Slayer. Um, he starts kind of exploring like the cave he was born in and stuff, and he goes back to the storage area, and there are women, there are human women back there, and he's like,
oh,
oh,
okay.
I know what they're for.
Interesting. Oh, this is so familiar. What was that
But
anime? There was. Oh, go ahead.
because he kind of gets, you know, there's not a strong quickly, and he has, an inherent martial art fighting ability. He kind of becomes the strongest and the de facto leader. And when the raiders come back after a while and see like, oh, the generation before us is now, a bunch of them are hobgoblins now. That's weird. And they have like 5 women with them. He kind of fights their leader. He becomes the leader and kind of makes the rule: no touching. And I'll say this: a couple goblins tried to break that rule. They won't be doing that again because they don't exist anymore. Like he made an example out of them. Like, hey, you listen. I'm the leader. You listen to me. The rules are the rules. Otherwise, death.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, um, after 2 months, of course, the women fall in love with him, and he ends up. It becomes adult kind of quickly.
Of course.
You know,
There was an anime I watched recently. I can't remember what it was. Where they had a weird like B plot or whatever, where it showed like someone was born as a goblin and they grew up in the ranks of the goblin like army or whatever. End up like it was a weird where
that happened in So My Spider So What.
no, this was recently. Like trying to look through my list of animes. Yeah, this was a more recent than one. Couple months I watched, and I was thinking that's kind of weird. Like, no, it wasn't Moonlit Fantasy. No.
No, because all those people come back as humans.
Yeah. Wasn't that? I don't know. I'll have to. It'll bug me. I'll end up messaging you later, being like, "Oh, it was this." Because yeah, I remember like it was just bizarre. Yeah, I remember thinking, "Oh, this is weird. It's just the B plot, and like it doesn't really go too much. Like he didn't just end up fighting the main character, and that's it." Um, but yeah, this definitely is one that's on my list. Like for sure, seems interesting.
It is good. Like I am enjoying watching it. I like I said, it actually reminds me a bit of actually it reminds me a bit of so much Fighter Soa and reincarnated as a slime because of the eating other creatures and getting their abilities. Let's see what's another one that does. Oh, Ari Freta also does that too. Um, so yeah, re monster, and every episode title has re something, and every time I read it, first episode's reborn. Second episode's called Red Bear, but it's red or RE:D bear. So I always like Red the Bear. And like the fifth episode is Ready, RE:ADY. So of course in my head I'm like Riaddy. I'm just dumb that way.
I get it. Yeah.
one of the reviews on Crunchyroll. The first one is that time I got reincarnated as a gobbo. Yeah, I'll call it that too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Because a lot of the plot is kind of similar, but I'm okay with that. What you got?
No, it wasn't that. I don't think it was that. Anyways, this is gonna bug me. When we get done, yeah, this is gonna take over my life. But another anime I got, The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic.
Oh, okay. I never finished
This was
that.
good.
I never finished it.
I knew I was gonna like it. Like, um, it. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly. I feel like it did the Dr. Stone thing where there were one of the like his teacher, you know, what's her name? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the crazy trick.
Yeah, where it did the thing where like they used a different voice actor for her for like a section of it.
Okay.
If not an episode, I can't remember if it was a whole episode because it's the voice actress who voices Urza, right?
Um,
From Fairy Tale. I feel it sounds like her.
give me a second.
If not, it's a very similar. Like also like similar. Yeah.
Why did you not show up? Let's look at this way.
But yeah, she's got kind of like the when like when that voice actress freaks out when she plays a character that like freaks out or gets mad and angry,
Ah,
that type.
Colleen Clinkenbeard. Ah, yes, the voice of Luffy. No,
It's not okay.
it's
Sounds
not.
very similar.
It's not her.
Okay, but there's a section where like her voice sounds like it sounds different, like way I can't remember if it was like a flashback or something, but yeah, it's different and it's a little jarring. But um, besides that, like it's a good anime. I like it. Like the whole concept of and towards the end, because I don't know how far you've gotten, but towards
Episode 5.
the okay, well, it's not really a spoiler, but like towards the end, one of the characters says the name of the show. Like, that's the wrong way to use healing magic.
Roll credits.
And I was like, yes, she said the name of the show. It was hilarious. But yeah, like you should pick it up. It's pretty good.
I
Like,
know I should.
because it's so interesting. I love these where they like they have some weird ability or something and they just manipulate it in a totally unexpected way. Because like they're using healing magic on themselves to basically like once their body wears out from training, healing magic.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm able to go and do more stuff. Oh, what if like Goku and Vegeta just had unlimited sensu bean, basically?
Basically,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, and it's pretty good. Like, so you got to episode 5. So you
Or no,
okay? So you
episode 5 is um the next episode.
but you saw his like training like
Yes.
alone in the and and he befriended the bunny and it turned out that was all set up
Yes.
by his master. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. I wonder if this was the one where the goblin thing happened.
Was there
Huh.
somebody else? Like, was there a fourth person?
There might have been. I don't know. I need to figure this out. That's gonna bug me, but I'll wait till we're done. But
Okay, okay, this show is not on behind the voice actors, so maybe it was Colleen Tinkerbeard.
oh, okay. If not, if not, it was very like it's a very similar voice
It
style.
is. Okay, it is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep.
Whew. One of my favorite characters and like voice actors. I
If
would
I
have felt
just
bad
if I just Googled the answer, I would have had it instead of looking through another website that actually didn't end up having the show on the website.
Man, I felt embarrassed because I'm like, that's one of my favorite characters and one of my favorite voice actors because I love the other stuff because she does Char and Black Clover, right? That's I think so, right?
Maybe.
I think Charlotte's the name. The plant chick, right?
Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I said, she's also Monkey D. Luffy in One Piece.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's That's some range. Wow.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that, Stuart.
No,
Like,
no, it's
wow.
not her voice at all.
Not at all. That's good. Because, you have some where it's like, oh, it's the same voice, but over and over. But yeah, that's impressive. Okay.
Not even that she's able to do that voice, but that voice also has range.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's able to sing with that voice. She's able to scream with that voice.
Yeah. She's able to have range with multiple voices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, the voice she uses for, like, Ursa and Charlotte, there's a lot of, like, calmness and sweet, lovey, with when Charlotte's all like, oh, I love Yami and all this and that. And then when Ursa gets all mad and, like, yeah, there's some range with that style of voice too. Okay. Cool. I feel better. I feel vindicated. uh, but yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. Like, I've really enjoyed The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, um, very, very interesting, very intriguing. And I love like I said, I love the animes where they have, like, the weird abilities, but they manipulate them to do
in an
different
unusual way.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, in unusual ways. And it's just like, it's just fun. And it's just like, okay, cool. That's clever. Like, I wonder, I wonder if I would be that smart enough to, if I ever got isekai'd,
I mean,
like,
now maybe, but like
well,
beforehand, I
yeah,
don't know.
I do know, like, and that's how I made my D&D character. Like, if I did get isekai'd, my biggest knowledge of, we talked about, like, knowledge of the other world bringing, my biggest would be cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what my D&D character was. Like, she got isekai'd and became a cook. Like, because she, because that's me. I know food. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always
I would be
cooking.
useless. I have no skills whatsoever. I'm
Yeah.
useless if I'm a isekai.
That's not true.
I'm
You
useless. I've got no useful skills whatsoever.
know about architecture and stuff. You could help, like, design structures and whatnot.
I only have an associate's. Not even that far.
I mean, that's better than probably other world. Like, the knowledge of people in other worlds and stuff. Like,
I don't know. I mean, buildings built 400 years ago are still standing today. I don't know how to do that.
I guess, but don't give yourself more credit, Stuart. I'm sure
Nah, I'm
there's
useless.
there's other stuff.
I'm
Like,
useless in all worlds. I'm useless in this world too.
I mean, heck, stories and songs and stuff. You could do, like, the Hot Tub Time Machine, where the dude, like, went back in time and, like, made, like, Britney Spears songs his and other pop songs
Sure.
and stuff
Yeah,
his, and became,
I do
yeah,
know fiction quite well. Yes, I will
yeah.
say
So
that is my skill. I know fiction.
yeah, you could be a famous, author,
There you go.
and just rip off stuff. There you go. Or you could create, like, you know games. Like, you could basically
I could
introduce
create D&D.
D&D to the
Yeah.
fantasy world.
I could create D&D. Although it wouldn't be unusual for them because, like, oh, we're fighting a dragon. Well, there's a dragon out there, but
No, what you do is you make D&D, but it's our world where you have to go to a 9 to 5 day job, and
I've literally seen that. I have seen that.
you have a boss that nags you about the TCP reports, and
Then you ask, what the fuck are TC reports? I don't know.
I think that's what it was in Office Space, right? TCP?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then you and your party group up and fight the the BBEG that is the fax machine or the copy machine. Like, but anyways, it's pretty good. I think you'll enjoy the rest of it. It really
Yeah,
ramps up, and
I kind of stopped watching it because I was all caught up. So I just waited and just never went back.
I've been there. Yeah, that happens a lot. That's why I try to not like. That's why I try to wait on shows that I'm super excited about, because I have had that experience before where I'm excited about a show and I start watching, I get caught up, and then I just fall off because like I forget. But it ramps up towards the second half. Like there's some really cool action stuff and battles and whatnot. It's great. So, what's something else you got?
Something else I got. Airing right now, there is also a show that's a remake of a very beloved anime to a lot of people and myself. I love the original anime. In fact, before this came out, before I started watching it, I rewatched the original of Spice and Wolf.
Oh, that's a remake. I didn't know that was a remake.
It's a remake.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know that was a remake. I thought it was like maybe a continuation or something. I don't know.
Which that also would have been great.
Yeah.
Because rewatching the original, where it ended, I had a different ending in mind. Like I'm like, what am I thinking of? Because I have a scene in my head that never happened, and I'm so confused on what this is from.
Your own headcanon. I get you.
I had in my head that at the end of the show, I have Hollow in wolf form fighting another wolf in the snow. That didn't happen. So I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking about. Anyway,
honestly, I don't know if I've watched the original or not. If I have, it was long ago.
It was a long time ago. Like it's been
to where I don't remember it. Yeah,
Spice and Wolf.
I had to have watched it because I know it's an iconic anime. Like,
see, it came out in 2008.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I knew that. But it was probably the latter where I don't remember anything from it because it's so long ago.
Okay, Spice and Wolf is about this traveling merchant named Craftland Lawrence, who, while passing by a small village doing their harvest festival traditions, discovers a wolf girl in his cart. The wolf is the goddess of harvest for that town, basically. And farming methods have gotten to a point where she's not really needed to help do all the harvest anymore. So she wants to go home.
Gotcha.
And he's basically just now taking her home. And it's not an action anime. It is a straight adventure. You know, yeah, there's some there is running through the sewers at some point, you know, running away from people, and then a fight occurs. That happens, but it's not the focus of the show.
Okay.
And it's a romance. Like it is a romance.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Because the sequel series is actually about their daughter. So,
Interesting.
Which
I didn't know it was a remake. I saw there was a new Spice and Wolf thing, and I'm like, wow, I'm shocked. Like,
Oh, yeah. And it has the original cast too from the original, both the
oh, that's
Japanese
cool.
original cast and the English original cast, which I'm like, perfect. Um, and like I said, the sequel series is about their daughter, and the show starts off with Hollow telling her daughter the story.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's a good way to do it.
yeah, um, and like it is such a good anime. Um, and it talks a lot about um like trading and bartering and stuff like that. A ton of it goes over my fucking head. I don't like a lot of it. I'm like, I don't get it.
I get that. Yeah.
um,
I'll probably watch that
but
this
like
weekend then.
it's
The original, I mean.
it is good. Like and like I said, right before this came out, I watched the original. I was curious about the kind of the changes, and
If I remember correctly, the art style still holds up,
it
right?
holds it really
From
holds up.
because I see it all the time when I'm browsing Crunchyroll and stuff like that. So yeah, I
The
always
art
thought for
the
an
art style
older
holds
anime,
up. In
it
in
holds
in
up.
fact, I prefer like the art style from that time to kind of a lot of what today has. Because I find a lot of today's anime, they've lost a lot of deep like facial details. Like there's a lot like faces are flatter and they're rounder, and like I said, there's not a whole lot of detail to them. Where back then there was a lot more detail, a lot more shading to the faces that just doesn't happen now.
Yeah, and there's a lot more 3D being used in anime today,
True,
which is okay if it's done right, but there's sometimes it can be a
it
bit jarring.
it does wrong.
Like one of my favorite animes, the Death Butler and his maid. Like that's entirely like 3D. And sometimes it's all right, but sometimes there'll be sections where it's like it's jarring. It just hits you like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that doesn't look right."
Overlord has a really famous scene that's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Or some where it's like, "Oh, it's great," until like, "Oh, it's a battle scene and the giant creature is all 3D, but everything else is, you know, the normal style." And
Yeah.
okay, interesting. Or the Spider-Man the animated series opening where it's all 3D.
Yeah.
Or the random shots of him like swinging that are like 3D.
Yes.
You remember
Uh-huh.
remember those? Yeah, those don't hold up at all.
No.
Going
Unfortunately they
back and
don't.
watching through that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Spice and Wolf, really good anime. Like the original was really good. It holds up today, and they're remaking it and to be a bit closer to the light novel that it's based on. So that's what I'm really curious about, what the changes are. Like I've already caught one major change. There's a character that was kind of important in the first season of the original, is not in this one. In fact, it's a different character completely is taking up that role.
Interesting. Yeah, it's always good when like they do that like remake and they make it more. They're more true to the source material. I mean, that's why Brotherhood or
Yes.
is the fan favorite,
Right.
of the
And
of the
this
two.
is going to be 25 episodes, which is what the original was. It was two seasons of 12. Um, so I'm hoping because of this, and this kind of picks up, and a lot of people kind of like, a lot of people who watch the original were like, oh, this is, I love this anime, watch it again. And new people pick it up and watch it. Hopefully they get more and we go past where they left off, because there is more to it before they get to child.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always more in these anime. Like, there's always more that they could go to. It's rare that they like complete it. They have to be like super popular, like
Yeah,
your Dragon Ball or you know One Pieces or stuff like that.
but yeah, like I said, this is,
That's
I love this anime way back when. Like, I own it on Blu-ray.
oh nice.
uh I haven't watched in a while, so it was good to watch the original again. So
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. Like I said, I it sounds familiar when you're describing it, but like it, how many hundreds of anime have I watched since its release? Like,
absolutely.
it's like that Uber commercial. To remember something, you got to forget something else.
Yes, exactly.
I love that commercial. It's so good, especially the one with Jennifer Aniston and forgetting.
Who are you again?
Yeah, it's me. We worked for 10 years.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'd forget 10 years of my life. I love it. So good. Uh, and then David Strummer's like, I hate this town. So good. But and then there's the one with the Spice Girls and David Beckham.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, they're like, what was the group you were in? The Paprika Girls
Yep,
or
that was
the
it.
pep? Like, then they go like different stuff and they're like Spice Girl, nah. And then yeah, there's some of those. There's some funny ones. That was a Super Bowl ad, right?
Could have been.
I think it was. Anyways,
I don't
yeah.
know, but I never said the full name of the remake. It's Spice and Wolf Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf.
Okay, cool. I like how you said they changed it to where like it's her retelling the tale to her daughter. Like,
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. My it's like Princess Bride.
it's Princess
Like,
Bride.
and it's like which reminds me that you sent me that TikTok of like the only ways to remake the Princess Bride.
Yep,
Which, like, that would work. That would totally
it
work.
could work,
Where it's him retelling it and it's her imagination of it.
and that also
Um,
explains how it could be also different, because her imagination would be different.
yeah. Or the second option, it's Muppets.
Puppets.
Doing like what? Why not? You had Muppet Treasure Island. You had Muppet Christmas Carol. Why not have a Muppet? Princess Bride. I'd be down. But
oh, I'm just imagining the scene of Wesley rolling down the hill, saying "As you wish," but instead it's Miss Piggy punching Kermit down the hill, because that would
that'd be
totally
so
happen.
good. That would work so well. Yeah.
Who are you? I don't know
Oh,
you. Hiya!
that would be great. Yeah.
I don't know why that just popped up in my head. You were talking about Muppets.
It needs to happen. Yeah, but yeah, but I wonder what other like remakes they're gonna have, because they seem to be doing that more and more, right?
I don't know.
Because they did the Hunter x Hunter. Was that a remake or just a reanimation?
It might have been that one. Might have been a reanimation. Like I know they're doing that with One Piece too.
Well,
Like
and Yu
that's
Yu Hakusho, they're gonna do that.
excuse me.
At least I think that's the reanimation. I hope maybe it's more. They do more. They started with reanimation, then they had yeah. Yeah, Netflix is doing the One Piece one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I told a friend that. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna redo One Piece,
I mean,
even though One Piece hasn't stopped
actually,
airing.
on Crunchyroll, there is HD versions of like the first couple seasons, like special edition. They're not dubbed. It's subtitle only,
Ah, okay.
and they are HD versions of see the first 200 episodes, and they're sub only.
Interesting. You think they just like upres them, or instead of just completely
No, they
redoing
actually
them?
do look better.
Okay.
Like
Weird.
it's not a redraw, but they do look cleaner.
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't know how that works. I guess since a lot of the assets are hand drawn, right? That they could just take that same stuff and make it HD, right? Without having to go through what they're ideally gonna do with this new Netflix one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting, but yeah, yeah. Like I said, like Brotherhood was the most famous. I feel like remake of a anime.
Yes,
So, 'cause, yeah, I don't know why they don't just like follow the source material. The first time.
they run out.
For,
Like that's what happened um with Full Metal Alchemist. They passed the point of where the source material was, and like in like long form animes, like One Piece or Dragon Ball, that's where the filler episodes come in.
okay, yeah.
That's how you get anime only stories, is because they've caught up to the anime, and all of a sudden, like, are the anime's caught up to the manga and they need some more weeks. One Piece actually has a problem with that. Um, During Water 7, where in the middle of a big fucking fight, all of a sudden it goes to here's 5 episodes of flashback. Here's 5 episodes of recap in the middle of the fucking fight.
5 episodes.
Oh, but it doesn't also in there. Oh, and here's some special Boss Luffy episodes, which is like alternate universe episodes.
Wow, that's
Like it's like
yeah.
I'll get that you have those kind of stuff to kind of filler, but in the middle of an arc, you don't do that.
Yeah, no. It's like Frieza just kill Krillin, and then they're gonna few episodes of like, oh, when Gohan was born, and you know the early days of after take care of it.
I mean,
Like,
kind
yeah.
of. I mean, literally. I mean,
you don't do you don't do that. Like,
the scene is them jumping off a bridge into a giant, massive hole, and then it's 5 episodes of each character going, "Boy, it's interesting how I got here," and then it's
oh no,
their
they do it
episode.
that way.
They do it that way, and then it's like,
I bet you're wondering how I ended up like this.
kind
like,
of. Like, that's kind of how it does happens, and it's like that character. Then that character's kind of focused on their recap, and it's like they do it for each individual.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense the way they did it, but still, like,
it's also like the next episode is 2 more characters that like it's they replay that scene of them jumping off the bridge into a hole. It's interesting how I got here. Boy, this journey has been interesting along the way. Like,
wow,
the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I skipped those episodes. I straight up skipped those because I'm like, 1, I don't need them. 2, this is dumb.
Yeah, recap or clip episodes. I always hate those. Like,
It's fine. It's fine if if it's done in an interesting way, because there are a couple that they do clip episodes and they're funny.
Yeah.
Or 2, like if it's like a new season, and it's been a while since the last season, so we get a recap. Like reincarnated as a slime. The first episode of season 1 or of season 2 is a recap of season 1. First episode of season 3 is a recap of what happened in season 1 and 2.
Yeah. But like middle of the episodes, like those 0.5 episodes, like,
yeah. I mean, they're not even 0.5 episodes. They're it's literally episode 2208. I'm sorry, 280, 281, 282.
wow. Yeah. I mean, well, it's over 1,000 episodes, so you gotta have filler. So, but that's crazy. Another thing I got though, it's an anime, and like I was telling you, like why I try to wait for the whole show to finish, because like I don't want to watch something, get caught up, and then be like, and then end up forgetting about it. And well, that happened with this show, and I just happened to be browsing through stuff, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot to finish that because I was dumb and I was watching it episode to episode, and then I just forgot. And you're gonna be like, oh, and that's Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun.
You're right. Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna watch this episode to episode, and I did. Like, I think maybe there was like a week break or something, and that's what always, like, if there's a holiday where there's like a break or something, that's always what like screws me up, But yeah, I was like halfway through this. I think I was more than halfway through the season actually. Looking at my history. Where was I? Yeah, I was halfway through. I was more than halfway through through that season, so I was on like episode 15, and there's 21 in the season, and so yeah. But yeah, I finally finished that. And of course it's great. I love it. It's mostly it's very goofy, and quick recap on what this is. Iruma is the main character, and his parents are horrible, and they are always in debt and have bad spending habits, and they've treated Iruma they've manipulated Iruma to where he can't say no. He always wants to people. he always wants to please his parents, and then it ends up affecting other other people later on. But like he always so like I think if I remember correctly, it starts where like they show like he just got done doing a job, like like working on a fisherman's boat or something like that, and he's like 10 or something,
Hmm.
and he's always having to do these jobs to help pay his parents because they're always like, hey, you know we love you, to not manipulate, to the point where they end up selling him to a demon.
Yeah. You're cutting off, by the way. It's like your noise gate is going off.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't really have a noise gate besides. Okay. Oh, anyways. But it's good because he gets sold to a good demon.
Sure. Yep.
He gets sold to a demon who just wants to have a grandson. And he like the and he's like the head, he's like the president or something. Like he's like chair chair demon or something of the demon world. Like he's high authority. So he's he's powerful and has a lot of sway, and ends up and he ends up turning into like a chibi version of himself when he's like doting over
Hmm.
Irma and wanting to spoil him and stuff like that. And it's one of those types of things. And um Irma ends up going to a demon school, and like their class or their school fighting song talks about eating humans and how they're tasty, and stuff like that. And so Irma is like freaking out, and that's the initial like thing of the show, is he's got to try to hide the fact that he's a human and not a demon. And he does things in clever ways. Like, people are like, oh, why are you not like one of his friends who he accidentally like defeats on the opening day because his grandpa gave him a ring that has magic power, that has magic stored in it, so he can use it.
Yeah.
He ends up defeating like this powerful, like, you know uh demon, and then the demon's he was a jerk, and then he becomes like, oh, Master Iruma, I have so much to learn from you, and all this, like, he ends up like seeing, oh, you're trying to train yourself, that's why you're not using your wings to fly to school, and that's why you're walking, and stuff like that. It ends up like just working out for him. Like the characters around him come up with excuses for him,
Yeah.
for not doing certain demon type stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's pretty good. I like it. This season was about like they worked hard to get like this special classroom that had been down for like so long, because
Hmm.
they're like the misfit class. And their classroom was like pathetic and crappy, so they decided to get this they worked to get the special class, and they got it. And now their teachers like, oh, in order to keep this, you need to, by the end of the year, you need to all rank whatever, because they have ranks and stuff in their schools. All of you need to reach this certain rank, or you'll lose the one. I think that's what the special classroom. Um, and they have this big like this big event where they're like paired off in this like kind of magical forest area, where they have to like get magical ingredients and stuff like that, like whether it's special special rare herb, or um monsters, stuff like that. And they get points, and it's like, I think it's either 3 or 4 days. um Irma and his partner are dumb the first day, and they like eat their ingredients, and Irma doesn't realize that like they ate all their ingredients, which is all their points. So because they were hungry. But I mean, and all the demons have like special abilities. Like, you know, there's some that manipulate. You know, they're able to. There's one who's able to use like I don't know if it's like necessarily pheromones, but she's able to manipulate men. You know, to bend men to her will and stuff like that. There's one that's able to talk to animals. So, but that's basically this season's arc is like they're all the trials and, you know, that they have to go through during this like big event that their school is throwing that's multiple days, and they go from characters to characters and stuff like that. And they made an interesting choice. They didn't pair Irma with one of his like close friends. They paired him with someone who's, you know, that who's a side character kind of, and they paired like his two best friends with other people. So you get more like you get more you get to see more sides to characters you don't normally get to, you know, because the show for the most part is focused on Irma and Elzazel, I think, is the one he defeated and ended up like, oh master, I'm here to follow you and learn everything, and because you're so amazing. And um then there's another character that's like just straight up goofy, like
Mm-hmm.
like like just bouncing off the walls, crazy, goofy, silly female character. Um, she gets paired up with the one who to like manipulate men, you know, and stuff like that. So that's kind of humorous there. They
Okay.
like work, you know, them working together. It's funny. It's a funny show, but it does have its serious sides. It's kind of the opposite to the like how we were saying, like the serious shows that have sprinkles of comedy.
Uh-huh.
This is kind of like a lot of comedy with sprinkles of like serious.
Sprinkles of serious.
Yeah, it works. I like it. You know, um, I don't know if there's gonna be more. I'm kind of upset. I feel I there's no mention of any more, and they didn't wrap it up like by any means, but there is the manga, I guess. I could read if they decide not to make any more. So, but yeah, that's a prime example, Stuart, of like why I don't like to watch things episode to episode. I mean,
Yeah.
when it comes to anime, anyways. So, what else you got?
I'm gonna steer away from anime for a minute before I get to the trash anime I've been watching.
Oh,
And talk about and I went to the actual movies to watch something.
oh,
My mom wanted to go out to watch a movie, didn't care what it was, and we kind of decided on one that was playing. And we watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which
that looks
is
interesting.
a World War II movie with Henry Cavill, Alan Richardson, Harry Lewis. Speaking of Princess Bride, see what other big name is also in it. No one that I really recognize other than those three. But it is a based off a real life World War II event, where before the U.S. got involved, German U-boats were basically patrolling the Atlantic Ocean, kind of sinking supply ships and passenger ships that were going from between the U.S. and in the UK. And basically, what a group did, kind of without express permission from like, it's kind of one of those things, like, if you are caught by the British, you'll be jailed. If you're caught by the Germans, you'll be killed. It's one of those things. And
wink and a nudge type of
where they steal a supply ship that was going to supply the German U-boats, and without that ship, the U-boats cannot be supplied anymore. Opening up the Atlantic, allowing the U.S. to now join the fight.
The description sounds like a serious movie, but the trailer does not.
It is serious.
I mean, the trailer doesn't make it seem like it's all serious.
They are.
Like,
it's a very action man anime movie.
Okay.
Like Alan Richardson plays a Swedish guy who's very good with a bow, and pretty sure a bow can't do what he was doing. Like, there was a one, like, dude shoot the bow at a German soldier. The arrow goes through him and pins the guy behind him to a wall, a metal wall. So I'm like, sure, I can see the arrow going through somebody, but.
So what you're saying is we've come full circle. We had Smallville Green Arrow try out for Aquaman, and now we have Smallville Aquaman playing a Green Arrow type character.
Kind of.
That's funny. But yeah, this looked interesting. Like I said, the trailer.
It is good. And while the men are doing that, there is an actress, Marjorie Stewart, who is kind of distracting the German officers, kind of with her whims and wiles, while the boat is being and at the end, you of course see, this is the actual, this is the actual people, that actually did this. Because, like I said, this was actually based off a real event. And the guy that Henry Cavill plays, Gus March Phillips, is actually who I had his name. Ian Fleming based James Bond on, because Ian Fleming was also involved in this operation. So this was very a James Bond type movie, because because Ian Fleming was involved, but that doesn't mean that you get kind of what I'm saying. It's a very James Bond like feel to the whole thing. Yeah, it was a good movie.
You didn't realize I lost connection.
No, I saw you kind of looking around, but that was, you actually never left my screen.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, yeah, because for me, I don't know what's going on. I think there's storms coming or something. I don't know. It's that time of year here where storms and tornadoes and oh goody,
Yeah.
But yeah. Exactly 2 hours runtime.
Is it? Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Cause I was looking for the runtime and I just didn't even see that. I didn't even notice the 2H because I was looking for minutes, you know, like, cause it's never exactly two, and I'm just like, where's the runtime? And then I know, 2H, 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, it is a good. Like I said a bunch of times. This is a good movie. I recommend it. What about you? What else you got? Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, William.
Well, I'm back.
You
I have no
never
idea
left.
what's. Oh, that's weird.
You never left.
For
I saw you kind of looking down. Your eyes were moving.
I was typing through my phone like to you that yeah I had left and it came back before I could send it.
Nope.
Weird.
You never
Yeah,
left.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, you left for me, so I don't know. I wonder if there's an issue with. I don't wonder if it's just Discord then. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, I'm thinking of seeing a movie tomorrow. You so you recommend this one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Like I said, it's a very action anime. God, just did it again. Action movie.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Because I
You know,
got a friend and
lots
him and
of explosions
gotcha. Cool. Yeah. I
and
have a friend who
gunfights.
who I just recently like reconnected with and we were hanging out today and we were gonna go see a movie today, but something came up for him and so we're gonna go see it tomorrow. We have no idea what we're seeing, so
And that's kind of how my mom was like. I want to go. I want to go to I want to go to the movies. What's playing? Oh, let's find out.
yeah. I was leaning either this or Fall Guy because the Fall Guy that
Mm-hmm.
looks pretty good.
I
Um,
I'll probably see Fall. I no, I will see Fall Guy eventually.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it just looks good. Like those two look like their chemistry is great in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, and boy, can Ryan Gosling do wrong? Like,
Uh,
he's been on fire lately.
lately,
It feels like. Yeah. I still feel like his performance in Barbie was better than Robert Downey Jr. and
agreed.
because he did more. He did a lot more. Like,
Yes, he was in a lot more of that movie.
but anyways, um, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go see that then
I
tomorrow.
just looked up on box office mojo, um, and for latest dailies for today, or for not today, for yesterday. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, $2 million.
Oh yeah, it's the 25th anniversary. So, um, I'm surprised the Spider-Mans aren't because they're doing that Spider-Man like each week a new Spider-Man. Or they're going down all the Spider-Man movies. I think that's going on right now. I think this upcoming week is amazing. They're
Hmm.
releasing. So,
Yeah, the Phantom Menace is number 4 for yesterday.
yeah, wow. Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, what have you else have you been doing?
Um, I saw the first part of Crisis on Infinite Earths, the animated
Yeah,
film.
you told me that it's on HBO, and I still haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it. I kept debating whether or not I was gonna like just break down and rent it digitally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I have some credit on like Google Play and stuff like that. I was like, it wouldn't cost me anything, but I just kept like, oh, maybe no. It's gonna eventually come on Mac, so I can wait, I guess.
Yeah.
And it finally did, and so I watched it. This is part one. They're doing 3 parts. They're doing it right,
Oh, okay.
unlike Injustice, where they took a 5 year, where it was 5 years in the actual comics
Yeah.
and squished down into one movie. God, that still upsets me. I hope they I hope I hope they end up redoing Injustice like they did like Doomsday / Death of Superman, where they redid that.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I hope they do that with Injustice and we get good Injustice. Like, but yeah, this is Crisis on Infinite Earth. It's like the story of like, with the the classic story, it has the Monitor. Anti-Monitor is not in this part. I guess he comes in part 2, which part 2 is out, I think, for for VOD, for digital rental. Or actually no, I think for Google, I think I saw for Google Play it releases Tuesday for digital rental. I think it's available for purchase. So, I think the big thing with part 2 that I saw is it has Batman Beyond in it.
Mm.
Will Friedle comes back as Terry McGinnis. So that's cool. And part 3 I've heard or part 3 has Kevin Conroy and his last performance as Batman with Mark Hamill. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, this first part was the Monitor's gathering all these different heroes from different, multiverses and whatnot. It's weird because it's like it's based around the Flash, and for most of it, where like he's going through different, like he's running and going. I don't know if he's like if it's just him. I don't. It's weird. He's like reliving old memories, or going back in time somehow and being put in these memories. Kind of unclear. There's a lot of like back and forth on like, he's being they had a word for because he was talking to Iris about something, and they mentioned some kind of term like, are you speed something, like speed tripping, something like that. I don't know. um they had some term for it that they just out of nowhere just said, like, but yeah, he's going back and forth through like different time periods and stuff like that, and then somehow he ends up going to Earth 3. I think it's Earth 3 with the crime syndicate, where it's like
Okay.
the evil version of the Justice, like,
Yeah.
Owlman, Ultraman, uh Superwoman, and I can't forget what the Flash is, because there's a scene where he's like, he sees the Flash, he sees their version of the Flash, robbing a bank, thinks it's the he thinks the Jesse Quick, I think, I forget which Flash
Johnny
is.
Quick.
Johnny Quick. Okay, yeah. Um, But yeah, it's Johnny Quick, and he sees him like robbing the bank, but he thinks he's doing the opposite. So it's kind of a Looney Tunes thing where it's like he's racing the money back into the bank while Johnny Quick is like, "What's going on?" And he's the money back out into the truck, and they do that for a few seconds, and it's like, really? Like, this is very Looney Tunes of you. Um, and then there's a part where they're like running or whatever, and he's like, man, I feel a lot faster. And Johnny Quick's like, well, yeah, that's because I killed every other speedster, so not as much of the speed force is to go around, and that's kind of the reveal that, oh, this is not this Justice League is bad, and they're the crime
Yeah.
syndicate and all that. And um so yeah, he just like I said, it's weird how like he's going through. It feels like he's not necessarily doing that intentionally, like going to the different world back into that. It's all very weird, but like um when the Monitor, he brings a bunch of like I said, the superheroes, and there's like a Batman from one world, and Dick Grayson Robin, like full grown Robin, like you would think he's Nightwing, but he's not. And they're like, oh, and then he he introduces like the Huntress, who's the daughter of Batman and Catwoman,
Mm-hmm.
and all this and that. And there's like two different Supermans, one's a lot older, and he's like, oh, at least I don't lose my hair, making jokes like that. And there's like a variety of different, like, I think the Question, they even bring the Question,
Cool.
like there's just a lot of deep cuts, like for DC characters. um I think I can't remember if he was introduced in episode 1, but I know he's in Easy in part 2, part 3. But Pirate, which is like, oh, okay, interesting. But it's kind of all over the place. I'm not describing it what I'm kind of describing it scattered, because it kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
This first part kind of is like scattered and all over the place, and I'm thinking it's on purpose, because they plan to all, they're showing all sides and all kinds of different things converge into, like, for part 2, it's going to tighten up and then lead into part 3, where it's going to all come together and end. But animation's all right. It's still kind of weird. I still kind of have a slight issue with the style, just because like it kind of reminds me of the animation in Archer. Like,
Hmm. Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that kind of like sort of like realistic almost, but not quite. Like, but it does get I did, but then I kind of at as I kept watching, I settled, like I got used to it, I guess. But it's good. It's how long is it? Let's see. It is hour 33.
93
So about an
minutes.
hour and a half. Yeah.
I didn't finish the movie before this, which was War World, because this takes place in the Tomorrowverse.
Oh yeah.
This is their running universe right now. So I haven't, which War World also took place in. I never finished that one.
I never watched that one. So maybe I need to go back and watch that.
But from what I can tell from Wikipedia, this just kind of sets up um the upcoming crisis event. So
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy, because didn't I guess the this Tomorrowverse or whatever just kind of didn't it start not too long ago?
It started with Batman of Tomorrow, which was 2020.
Yeah, and now they're wrapping it up, rebooting. Like,
I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earth didn't end that universe. It just opened it up to new ones.
I mean, that's what every Crisis follows with a reboot. Like, that's why they do crises.
I mean, the last universe didn't end with one.
I mean, not end, but like reboot, like where like they reset things back to, so in order to make it easier for new readers.
I mean, the last universe, which was the DC animated movie universe.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you're talking.
That ended with a Flashpoint event, which was like Batman telling Barry run.
Yeah. I'm talking about like comics, like Crisis in the comics. Like this is like we've had Crisis on Two Earths, right? I think they've done that before in animated form.
Yeah, that was
if I'm not
2010.
mistaken. Yeah, but like besides that, this is like the only other Crisis, and it seems like they're doing this. They're doing this the right way, like to do a adaptation of a main event in a main comic book event.
Oh, interesting. Apparently, because I'm Wikipedia, and Wikipedia tells you which universe each movie takes place in. Justice League Crisis on Two Earths and Justice League Doom were the same universe.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
A little nugget of useless information.
The where is the voice casting though? It's pretty good. It's a little strange. Matt Bomber, from like White Collar, that's his big thing. He's been in other stuff, but he's the Flash.
Yeah, he's been the Flash for a while now.
See, I guess I really haven't watched too much of because he used to be Superman. He's been Superman in the past.
He has
in previous stuff. So that's kind of weird. Like, oh, super like but Jensen Ackles is Batman.
Yeah, which he's a good Batman.
He works.
He is a good Batman.
He has my vote for on-screen Batman.
Also true.
I know Alan Ritchson wants to be Batman, but he's too big. He's too big. Come on. I'm sorry. You're too big.
Unless you want to play Dark Knight Returns, because that Batman was big.
He's not old enough, though.
He's not old enough.
Yeah.
But it's easier to make a person look older than they do. That is, they can look younger.
I guess. I mean, you're just like you're more Bane physique than Batman. Like,
true.
God, yeah. But anyways, Zachary Quinto is Lex Luthor. Interesting. I don't recognize a lot of the other voices. But like I said, the part 2 and part 3, there's gonna just the ones I mentioned. I'm sure there's gonna be other ones that pop in. I wouldn't be surprised if we see ones from Justice League the Animated Series or other references.
Yeah. Wonder Woman is Stana Katic. I don't know how to say her name. She's the chick from Castle.
Oh yeah. Interesting. Oh, that's another thing. Like they do a weird like forming the Justice League, and one of his like flashback or speed trip things, whatever, to where like, and they show like the Justice League being formed, and they form it with Vixen
Okay.
and not Wonder Woman. Like there's a Wonder Woman that comes in halfway through, like the movie or whatnot, stuff like that. But like main Justice League that's formed is like Vixen, Green Arrow, Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter, and is there another one? I think that's it. But yeah, it's like it's weird, like how Vixen is such a prominent character in the beginning, and it's like, wait, where's Wonder Woman? Like Wonder Woman's a founding member of the Justice League, not Vixen.
Have you seen the Justice League Ruby stuff?
I haven't.
I've
No.
only seen the first one. I've not seen the second one because there's two. And Vixen is a prominent member in that one, but what Wonder Woman is also there.
Oh, and also Jon Stewart is voiced by Aldous Hodge, the dude from Leverage,
Oh yeah, okay.
and he was in Black Adam as Talkman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
There's another name. The Green Arrow, Jimmy Simpson, plays my favorite character from Psych.
Oh yeah, he's so good. He's so good in Psych. Oh yeah, I like him in Psych a lot too. Yeah, but yeah, I guess there's a bunch of like actual like big actors, but like we just don't know their names. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Luckily, I'm on Wikipedia. If I hover over their names, I get a picture of them.
okay, I'm on IMDb, so yeah. I see the picture, but like yeah,
It's a bigger picture than you would get from
yeah, I
IMDb.
imagine. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully later we'll get like Tim Daly as Superman, an
Good.
alternate Superman, stuff like that. If we're getting true Batman and Joker, you know, hopefully we get true Superman.
I keep seeing a clip on TikTok. I don't know what it's from. It's the Joker and the Trickster team up and kidnap Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, yes.
I don't know what it's from, but it's hilarious.
I've seen that in the past. Yeah, I think it's from.
It could be from like Batman and the Bold.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think it might be that one. I wonder when that new Batman show is supposed to come out too. The one that Amazon ended up buying from WB because they decided not to put it out on Max. Which is like, why? Like, it's weird. Like, why do you have your own streaming service if you're not going to have,
Yeah.
if your own exclusive IPs aren't going to be on your platform? Like, it's strange. But
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's from a series called Justice League Action.
okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Oh yeah, they have the dude. They have the question is one of the people, guy who plays the top cast. He's really not in it that much, so I don't know why he's cast, but they had a good Justice League Unlimited episode with the question, I remember. But
Question will always be Jeffrey Combs to me. He was the question in Justice League Unlimited.
oh yeah. Like I said, yeah. It was there was a real good episode with him. I think it was him. I think it was a episode with Question, Huntress, Black Canary, and I can't remember who else. I feel like those were that they were in it. I could be wrong, but I do remember the Question episode and that Justice League Unlimited was good. Boy, Justice League Unlimited was just good in general. Like
It was.
the way they like kind of they narrow or they zoomed out on from the original just like 6/7 Justice League members, and they like had episodes with like other characters. They did that pretty well. But
Yeah.
but yeah, part 1 is on Max. Part 2 is on VOD, able to rent on Tuesday, May 6th, I think. So, and then part 3, I don't know when part 3 is coming out.
There's no date. Just this. It just says this. We're new. Wikipedia it just says this year.
Yeah, part 3, I'm excited though, because that's, like I said, that's the last performance we get of the real Batman and Joker. Kevin Conroy as Batman, Mark Hamill as Joker. Because I don't think Mark Hamill's gonna ever do Joker again. Like,
He might not.
which I totally understand. Like,
Sure.
yeah. You got anything else?
I got some trash anime.
I'm here for it. Tell me your guilty pleasures.
Yeah, this is banished. Let's see. The banished former hero lives as he pleases. This one is a hero was betrayed by somebody. It doesn't really go into who. And he's reincarnated as the son of a noble.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the memories and a lot of the skills from his previous life, but he hides them completely. And he can actually like people actually think like his, everybody gets like a gift from the gods kind of a thing, and he doesn't get one at all. And he hides his ability, and that's just like, and his dad is like, you are no longer my son. You're a useless person. Get out. And it turns out he was hiding his abilities because he didn't want to be part of that family. He wanted freedom. So now he kind of lives, he wants the simple life he never had in his previous life. But he doesn't always, you don't always get what you want. And he ends up coming across the princess of the kingdom, who happened to also be his former fiance. Who, while everybody thought, of Alan, the guy's name is Alan, as a failure, and even called him failure. She didn't. She kind of stuck up for him, and she was actually nice to him, and so he's like, okay, because of that, I will now save your life from these attacking clay hounds. And he kind of gets roped into her adventure. I've only watched four episodes, and it's all sub. There's no dub.
Yeah, I see that. Is the God given gift, like, is that something given like in like adolescence type thing, or is it at birth?
Really go into it. Like, you don't actually see it. You just kind of like, and the gift that everybody gets, at your ceremony last year, you got nothing.
Okay. Cause yeah, like for the like when I mentioned Tamer, that was a thing that like happened on like the fifth birthday when you turn like 5. So it's not like anything at birth. So like they didn't know to, kick him out earlier type thing.
No, I'd say he's probably maybe 16, 17.
Yeah.
Kind
Or
of a,
like I guess like Black Clover, they get it,
yeah.
teenager like yeah.
He
So
he he's definitely old enough to kind of somewhat be on his own.
okay, so it was probably a like they find out later on and not at birth type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And the right kind of one of the last episode that I watched, um, there was kind of brought up like there are select people who are actually born with some gifts, and they're like extremely powerful people that could like bring down kingdoms and stuff.
Ah, okay.
So, and the princess is one, and there are people trying to kill her. Like the dude's family that kicked him out
Gotcha.
is trying to kill her, and he's uh stopping their assassination attempts, and they don't know it's him because they just kind of he's useless, and we no longer remember what he is or who he is, kind of a thing.
So this is a trash anime because
It's not very good.
oh, okay.
It's just not. It's just like it's not bad. It's just not very
I mean,
good.
what you're describing seems like it's all
Sure,
right.
I
Like,
made it sound
yeah.
fine.
Okay.
It's not. Like I'm looking at the reviews. A lot of them are like one star, 1 star, 2 star.
The Crunchyroll average rating is 3.1.
Yeah, I gave it a 3. I give it a 3, maybe 2, maybe 2.5. Like the first, like the top review, completely butchered. From the light novel. Did you
Sounds like what?
Did you ever watch Shangri-La Frontier?
I need to finish that. I'm like,
Okay, well you have at least started it though.
yeah.
So
That's one where I thought it was only like 12 episodes, so I started it and then realized, oh no, it's more.
okay, well
Yeah.
the second comment is Sun Rocco approved. So
Gotcha.
yeah, it's trash, but
It sounds like it's one of those. It's something to watch.
it is.
Yeah, like it's not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah,
It's just something to watch if you need something to watch.
yeah.
Which I don't mind those type of animes
No,
sometimes. Like,
no, I've watched a good number of them. You got anything else?
uh,
Because I got one more.
uh, well, going on to something to watch. And uh, I've been watching an older show. And it's kind of an out there show. From like, I guess anything you'd expect me to watch, maybe. I actually ended up over the past like 3 or 4 weeks, I ended up finishing it. The Gilmore Girls.
Really?
Yeah. It's a funny show. Like I really like the humor. Like the mother and daughter snarky and they have some real like
They talk
good
too damn
humor.
fucking fast.
Yeah. And I like some of the characters like Sean Gunn. His character in that show is great. Like
remember he was in it, but I don't remember. I
Oh,
I've I've
he's in it
seen
a
a
lot.
number of episodes because at the time I was dating a girl and she loved the show. So yeah, and every time I'd hang out with her at her house, we'd watch it. Or
Yeah, Sean Gunn.
yeah.
He plays a character called Kirk, and he's in it all the time because he's like the character. I'm doing this job this week, or I'm doing, you know, I'm
Okay.
doing this type of job, or oh, there's a need for this, so I'm, walking dogs this episode, and all the, and it's funny because like there's a point where one of the characters is trying to buy this historical house because the owner died or whatever. Then Sean Gunn's character Kirk is just makes this outrageous bid, and it's like, where'd you get $250,000? Like, I've had 1,000 different jobs, and I live with my mom, and like, it's pretty good, and like the mom's mom and dad, the interactions between them is fun, and like, I don't know, I just was like, it's just something that I've had in my mind, like, and also it's, it's weird seeing Jared Padalecki
Mm-hmm.
play a character named Dean
Yes.
when I'm used to seeing him play the brother of a character named Dean. Like,
Yeah, and
uh,
there's a
so,
scene that I've seen a couple times on TikTok, and I remember seeing it when I watched it on Supernatural when they're going through like a movie studio tour, and on your right you'll see where they shoot Gilmore Girls, and he kind of pops up a little bit.
oh, is that the one where they go to the universe?
I think so. Yeah.
They're actors, yeah, and like they show Jensen Ackles like soap opera career.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's the episode.
that's a good episode. Yeah. And then Milo Tamika, I forget what his last name is. It's something like that. The uh Peter Petrelli from Heroes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
He's one of the other like love interests to Rory. He's like the bad boy.
I have a question now.
The bad boy who's like secretly well educated and read blah blah blah.
Yeah. Did you start watching the Gilmore Girls because of Dungeon Crawler Carl?
Because of what now?
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
No.
Because Donut names the two goblins in book one, Rory and Lorelai.
Oh wow.
You
That is funny.
Okay.
No. That went over my head.
Okay.
I hadn't. No.
Okay, I just thought
Yeah.
like because we just kind of got done reading that series, I was like, maybe that's why he started watching Gilmore Girls, because Donut talked about it a lot.
I want to say I got pissed. I got pissed towards the end of the last season, and almost just rage quit the show because Lorelai ended up marrying Roy's dad. I guess spoilers. If you care about spoilers, then what, Gilmore Girls, a show from
Almost 20-year-old show.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, that's not supposed to happen. Her and Luke the diner owner are supposed to be together. Like, I got into the show. Like, it's just kind of like you were mentioning, like trash. It was just like a trash show for me, But it like the spoilers. I guess they do end up getting together at the very end, like the very last episode. But yeah, I was just like, no, like you're not supposed to be with her dad. I I got madder than I probably should have, but I was like 6 seasons in, like or no, I think that was I was over 6 seasons invested, so
Sure.
I was, it's very humorous. I really like that show. And it's like the only thing like Melissa McCarthy I can tolerate. Like she's actually
She was the first.
she was good in that show. Yeah.
That was the first role I ever saw her in. So
Yeah. It's like, wow. She can play a character that I can tolerate.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I guess she's too good to be in like because I've watched 2 of the 4 of the like limited series where Netflix brought back, and they talk about her, but she's not in it or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I've been watching that, and just I was just trying to find something, like intense to just have on in the background, while I'm doing other things and whatnot. And I was like, oh, you know, I've heard good things about this. I've never actually watched it, you know, and the humor is what really kept me. It's very humorous. I could see some people thinking it's a little too obnoxious,
I
some of
I
the humor.
I find it obnoxious.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it, you know. It's got unique enough characters where I'm okay, I mean, very interested. Um,
That's what I, I also liked Melissa McCarthy and Mike and Molly. That was
and I
a
don't think
sitcom series.
I I know of the show. Yeah, I don't think I ever watched. Like, it was on CBS, I think, right?
I don't remember. Could have been. IMDb doesn't tell you where it aired, does it?
But I know of the show. Yeah, I just never watched it because I think it was on during the time I didn't have it was on. I think it was on during the time after we had cut the cord. So we didn't have
Mm,
access to before streaming services had the episodes. Basically, the next day. Uh, but yeah, so Gilmore Girls, just something to watch, something that I just to have on watching. You know. There's a lot of shows around that time like that I never watched. Like a single episode of.
sure.
Like I've never seen an episode of Dawson's Creek or
Nope.
One Tree Hill
Nope. I
or
never did.
that those type of show or
Party of
the
Five. I never
OC.
watched.
Yeah, the OC. Never seen an episode of.
No. Beverly
Yeah,
Hills. I never saw either one.
which just it's not it's not like I had anything against those type of shows. It's just I never I was just
They
watching other stuff.
they never appealed to me.
I was busy watching Charmed during
Sure.
that time.
Yeah.
Or what some other type of show. It's just yeah. But that's why I love streaming because now I can go back and watch some of these shows that I never watched because either I didn't have the time, either I was watching something and I didn't have the time because back then you had to choose what you watch.
Mm-hmm.
It was on at a certain time, and there might have been another show on at the same time, so you had to choose. In the before times, the dark times,
Yeah.
um, or your cable company didn't have that channel. That was also a thing. Some cable companies didn't have the same channels as others. So, but yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to think of like that. Way before streaming where you had to choose oh, this show or that show. You know. It's just kids today have it so easy. They don't have to choose. They can watch whatever they want, whenever they want.
Yeah,
It's great, you know. But I'm still I like that we went through all that, Stuart, because we can appreciate all this now
exactly,
even better.
exactly.
You know, I really do like that.
Yeah, my
Um,
my nephew will never know what a commercial is.
yeah, I've said it many times. It's a shame that like kids will never know like the feeling of waking up Saturday morning with a bowl of cereal to watch their favorite cartoon because it's airing, you know, at that time.
Or
Like
trying
that
to hurry
was
your mother along at the grocery store so you can get back in time to watch your show.
yeah, like it was just a magical moment for a kid or for us as kids, I guess. But now kids can just watch it on their mom's phone while they're at the grocery store. Anyways, what you guys said you got one more?
I got one more. Again, trash.
I'm here for it.
I was reincarnated as a seventh prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Not to be confused with I'm the eighth son. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, "Wait, didn't this come out already?"
So I literally had that same thought. I'm like, I've seen this already. And when I started watching it and the opening scene, I'm like, I've fucking seen this. I know what's going to happen. A dragon is going to come down and then he's going to save the kingdom as a baby. Oh, nope, that didn't happen. Okay, it's a different show. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was very confused when I first
So was I.
bit weeks ago. I was like, "Wait, is this? No. What? No. Okay. This is not simulcast. This is delayed."
Yeah, this is 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
This is about the character Lloyd. He's the seventh prince of the kingdom. You know, as not close to the throne at all, or not really in succession. So he is kind of left to somewhat do what he wants. Which is all he wants to do is study magic, because in his previous life, I guess he was in a magic school, but magic is only for nobles.
Okay, so he
And
didn't come from our world. He came from another
he came
world,
from
fantasy type world.
it's a reincarnation. I'm pretty sure he came from the same world. Like it's a straight up reincarnation, not isekai.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh, not many of those, I feel like.
No, I mean like the last show, the banished hero, same thing. The reincarnation in the same world. But he was killed by a noble. Like, you know, magic is, you know, not, you know, magic. Your magic is weak because you're a commoner. You don't deserve to live. Kind of a, you know, kind of a
Oh
thing.
yeah.
But as he was burning to death, he was like, "This magic is beautiful. It hurts so much, but it's beautiful."
What?
No, he's a masochist. He's a fucking masochist.
Oh boy. Okay.
And he just wants to study magic. That's all he wants to do. So he's always sneaking off from his teachers and, you know, hiding from the mate, you know, his maids who are strangely in love with him. I don't like that
So
part.
you said masochist. Does he get in precarious situations where the females like attack him and he enjoys it?
No.
Does it not go that far?
He has no interest.
Oh,
Doesn't
okay.
not happen, but he has no interest.
Gotcha.
Like for instance, he in like one of the later episodes, he walks into a tent and his very, very busty maid that maid slash bodyguard is changing clothes, and he walks right between her boobs, and he's like, I'm out of here. He doesn't care. He has no reaction whatsoever,
Gotcha.
and neither does she actually. But like it still happened.
Gotcha. Okay. Of course it happened because fan service.
This is a very fan servicey anime. But like in the first episode, he finds out that there is a forbidden library, a forbidden magic, and in one of the books, there is a demon sealed away, and he must never ever go into that library. Which, of course, like forbidden magic, I've got to go. The demon confronts him. He releases the demon so he can see the demon's magic, but he is also stupid powerful. Like he creates a shield around him while the demon is attacking him that the demon cannot penetrate at all.
See, you describing this one, it sounds trashy, unlike the previous one.
Yes.
When you describing it. I mean, you're still doing a good job, but like this description is definitely,
and like
I could see it being trashy.
While like the magic is kind of flowing around this shield, he's like, I wonder what it feels like. So he kind of puts a hole in the shield, touch it, kind of brings the magic on his finger, and his finger, you can see it disintegrating. Like the skin is being ripped off, and his muscles are slowly being ripped off. Like, okay. And he's like, this is fascinating.
What? Okay, that's weird.
And then he instantly heals himself. But like, and he obviously overpowers the demon, and the demon's like, "I'll be your familiar." Okay, you can teach me your magic. And then like once he becomes the kid's familiar, like the demon sees like the kid's magic pool and just kind of like, oh fuck, I was gonna take my revenge, but I can't anymore. There's no way. I cannot beat this kid. And the kid's like 5.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely get why you said trashy, but like it's still one that I'm probably gonna watch.
It is trash, and like I said, and I'm looking at Crunchyroll, it's got a 4.4 stars.
I mean, sometimes you like trash. Sometimes people just like trashy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why tropes are tropes because they're popular.
Yes.
Like, so. But yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, the kid's 5, but also put in like weird sexual situations. So like, you can like really stop.
Yeah, I get you there. But that's just what they like over there, you know?
It's not though. Like Japanese people have the same issues with lollies and shotas that we do.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay. Then why does anime do that?
I don't know, because just like over there, it's oddly popular here too. Even though like a majority of people hate it, there's still that subset of people who really like it.
I mean, they shell out the cash, so yeah, I get it. Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably watch it. It's dubbed, so
Yep.
I'll probably be sitting one night scrolling through Crunchyroll trying to find something to watch because like, oh, this.
Yeah.
And you know, that's those shows are perfect for the type of movie.
Absolutely.
So, trying to look to make sure there's nothing else worthwhile talking about. I did watch this one anime. It was not for me. It was just too weird. More than a married couple, but not lovers.
Oh, that I almost watched that one.
It's odd. Like
The premise is odd.
Yeah, there's school like partners, like boy girls up to live together.
Uh-huh.
And they get graded and whatnot. There's like I do like the fact that they're like your bedrooms have fingerprint scanners, so you know, like the boys can't get into the girls' room without.
But also,
Like
why the fuck put him in that scenario in the first place?
That's true. Yeah.
Like you could just not.
It's like the main character, like he has a crush on this other girl, and he partnered with this like popular whatever. Like, you know, he's kind of pining after her, or he's pining after the girl he has a crush on, and she's pining after some other popular guy that got paired up with the girl that he wanted.
Right, like their crushes got paired up together.
Yeah, and then they're like trying to like if they get a certain grade or whatever after if they get to a certain level or grade, they can have the right to like switch partners or you know choose their own partners or whatever for whatever reason, and then it was building up to like they're slowly starting to you know she's slowly starting to have feelings for him, and he is not sure if he is or not, and you know all this, and just like no, I'm done. No, I see where this is going, and it's trash. Like it's another trash anime, but it's just like I just can't. Like it's just too much for me, you know. I got through more of this than I thought. I got through like episode 6 out of 12, so I got halfway through it. But like, I don't know. It's just like it's so been done before, you know, and just not. And there's like so much that's not original. Like, nah, I'll pass. There's other stuff I can watch. But yeah, that's my trashy anime.
Okay.
I guess we can wrap things up then. Unless you got anything else.
No.
Okay.
I won't. I'll hold off.
Gotcha. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Stuart at Casual Terror. I am at willplaygames_. And also follow Stuart on Twitch at twitch.tv/Casual Terror.
Yes.
Never happens when we want it to, Stuart.
Nope, it never does.
Yeah. So
I need to have like a button where I can just call it up and go, hey, Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animal harm making this podcast.